What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Dudes Who Bet Daily for another week. We got a lot to get into today. Shotty mentions it right off the top of the show here. We've got some major coaching news. We're going to save that for the noon show. We'll be back an hour from now, Papa Dude and I. We're going to discuss that in detail. So we'll leave that for the noon show. For this show, we're just talking about the betting. But just very quick thought. This has been a crazy 24 hours.
Oh, it has. But I want to point out, I broke this news a week ago.
It's true.
I saw on Twitter, his daughter said, this is it. No one ever mentioned it again. So I thought maybe that was fake. Mm-hmm. I kind of forgot about it because he took a while before he decided to announce the retirement, but not a real surprise to me.
No, not a big surprise at all. Nick Saban has retired. Like I said, we'll get into all of that, what it means for everybody involved in the show coming up in an hour. That's going to be very interesting discussion. For today, let's get to the games. Let's get to the picks. It's all hockey tonight, Papa Dude. We don't have much else going on. You picked the only basketball game that I had on the list, so we'll talk about it a little bit later. So let's talk about the Kings and the Panthers up first here. Panthers, probably the hottest team in the league. They just went on a road trip against tough teams that just demolished them. Talking about Vegas, Colorado, even St. Louis have been playing well. Panthers came in and demolished them. They take on the Kings, who are in a little bit of a slump here. Panthers minus 140 back home from the road trip. Who you got in this one?
Yeah, I think this line is too low. I think they'll smear them. I do. Florida, the only thing is sometimes when you've been on the road for a long time, that first game home, you have a letdown. And you don't play well in that first game. So that may be why that line is minus 140. Definitely they're playing great. I watched a lot of them the other night against the Blues, and I thought the Blues played pretty well. And Florida it was close. The score doesn't indicate how well the Blues played. Mm-hmm. But Florida's at a high level right now, playing great. I have to take them in this game, but I will say again, we've seen this a lot. When a hockey team comes off the road, hockey, NBA as well, comes off the road after a long trip. Sometimes that first game is a clunker that they throw out there.
I think hockey, MLB, and NBA, all three, that is an angle to look at. So, keep an eye on that one as well. But again, you're playing, hey, this team's hot, this team's not. That's the Panthers all the way. They look great. And I'm with you. The Blues scored early in that game, made it 1-0. And I'm like, okay, maybe they can hang in there. No, they got blown out of that game.
Team's too good.
Yeah. All right. Bruins and the Golden Knights tonight as well. I think this is a pretty good game. The Golden Knights coming off a loss last night in Colorado. They got stomped, basically. Well, yeah, I'll say it. They got stomped. They take on the Bruins. The Bruins are the favorites. Why? The Bruins playing decent. Golden Knights are not. Only 2 wins in, I think, the last 8 or 9 games for the Golden Knights. Bruins minus 135. Who you got in this one?
Well, I don't think the Bruins are playing very well either.
No, not great.
They're tying a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at their record, I think they have 8 or 9 ties, 7 or 8, something like that. That's a sign of a team that can't close somebody out, and then you get an overtime, you can't win it, and you're losing shootouts as well. Now, I don't think that's a good trend. Dallas was that way last year and, caught up with them in the playoffs. So I'm going to take a shot on the Knights tonight. I don't like to pick a team in Vegas. I just don't.
Yep.
Now, they aren't playing well, and it has been a trend for quite a while, and they're coming off a loss last night in Colorado. That would be the only thing. I don't know whether they can get back up to play a good Boston team. If Boston was playing better, I'd feel more solid with them. But I don't think they are. I'm going to take the Knights tonight.
All right, you're going to take the Knights. I'm going to take the Knights as well with the plus money. I think the Knights do make a ton of sense. So give me the Golden Knights in this game as well. Let's go on to one more. If I could spell, let me get that off of there. You pull it up and it's like, yeah, that doesn't look right. There we go. Rangers and the Blues tonight. We talked about the Blues just a minute ago. They played well in a loss against Florida. They've been playing well overall, going on the road, winning some games. Now they're at home against the Rangers. Rangers are minus 165 in this one. Who you got here?
I don't think it matters how you spell it.
Yeah.
I don't like the Blues in a game like this because the Blues can't score. And the Rangers are tough enough when you can score. So I don't like this matchup tonight. Sometimes these are games that the Blues do win. I can't pick them. you know, the total, I might go under the total because sometimes the Rangers don't score a lot. But because 165, that's too high to bet the Rangers. But I can't
Yeah.
lose tonight. You got more confidence in them than I do, maybe, but they just can't put the puck in the net.
Well, that's the problem. Yeah, that is definitely the problem with the Blues. They just can't put it in the net, and that's going to be the issue, I think, in this one. I think it'll be a low-scoring game. I lean the Rangers in this one as well. I think end of the day, the Rangers are a little bit better team. I think the Blues, I will play a closer game tonight. I'm thinking a 2-1, 3-2 type. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Rangers as well. All right, let's go to the race of the day. Gulfstream Park, race 8 on the card here.
Somebody say Gulfstream? Hey!
There's Magic. There's Magic. He's been here, but I was like, okay, when do I bring him in? Let's bring him in now.
We always let him do that. We always just let him decide.
I actually texted him and I was like, yeah, just come in when you're ready. So Car Ramron says, I'll be in attendance. Give me the note. Good luck, Car. Hope you bring home a win. Look, I mean, it's very possible. I mean, they're playing very well right now. So, yeah. So I think it'll be a good game. I don't expect a 4-1 game like the Panthers in the last one. So we'll see. All right, we'll go on now. Racing dudes. We'll get race 8 at Gulfstream Park today. It is a starter allowance race on the dirt here. Track listed good. We are also off the turf and on the synthetic. The 5 is scratch. That leaves us with a field of 7. Magic, where are you going here?
Going with my old friend, Sappy Joseph Jr., number 8, Proverb. You talked about the track conditions, and the track conditions are why Mike and I said we're not going to Gulfstream Park this weekend. We're going to do Santa Anita Park today. So Gulfstream Park with a little bit of moisture in the track. That is a good thing for the 8 Proverb. 2-back 1 over this course against Starter Allowance Company by half a length, but he looked very solid in that spot. It was a sloppy track. Last time out at Fairgrounds, going 2 turns, which isn't his best race. Just missed by a head again at the over sloppy conditions. It was a tougher condition, too, I thought that he was facing. So this is the championship meet, so probably a lateral move here. He had a vet scratch on January 3rd. So assuming the vets let him run today, give me the 8 Proverb.
So far, so good. The vets have allowed him to run so far. There's been 2 here with vet scratches that are entered. I'll talk about 1 here in a minute. But, Papa Dude, who you like in this one?
It's a pretty tough race, I think. Lots of speed. The 1, the 2, the 7 are going to go. I think Proverb's going to set off the pace and maybe nail them, come in and nip them at the end. I do like the 2 a lot, like the Salt Shaker. And, morning line odds 9-2. You might like that better than Proverb at 9-5. I think Concrete Glory has a shot at this as well. I'm going to stick with Magic, though, and go with Proverb to win.
All right, Proverb for both of you guys. The other vet scratch was the 2, like a Salt Shaker. That's what I'm going to put on top on this one. You look at his races before that last one out at Fairgrounds, he was running very well. He wins a starter allowance at Churchill, a starter allowance at Keeneland, another starter allowance at Churchill. Goes to Fairgrounds, gets 5th, beaten 2 3/4, then vet scratched December 29th at Gulfstream. Maybe the horse was just a little banged up, needed some time. Back today, Vanberg, pretty decent. Gulfstream numbers not great. Overall, pretty good, though. I think this one makes a ton of sense as kind of an upsetter. So I went with a 2. I do like the 8 quite a bit as well, but I went 2 like a Salt Shaker on top. In this one, you guys are going 8. Kind of an interesting Thursday race here. There's not many that are interesting today, but there are a couple. Now, one race I do want to mention before we go on, and Papa Dude, I didn't tell you about this one, so Magic and I can talk about it. Leslie's Rose, the famous filly that was drafted in the first round of the Fantasy League. She is running today in the 6th race at Gulfstream. I think she's going to have to fall down to lose. She looks really good against this group. So good that she's going to be too low of a price for my best bet. But Magic, what do you think about Leslie's Rose today?
I did. So it kind of as a joke, I wanted to pick her, but 1-2 morning line. She's going to be 1-9, 1-5 if you're lucky. So not something we could do with the best bets. And I didn't have a confident play as far as exacta goes. I know you like a couple of those better, a couple of horses to fill out the exacta here. But yeah, there's no reason she shouldn't dominate this race. And it is. Some people would say, well, she was at Aqueduct for the race. She wasn't somewhere else. But this is, Aqueduct back then, that's an $85,000 purse. It wasn't the championship meet at Gulfstream, so she wasn't running for nearly as much money. And plus, she really hadn't moved south yet. So she fits well here. And then what Mark said, she's not going the Forward Gal next month. She might. There's still, there's still time. She's going to come out of this race and have to go somewhere else. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. And I love this right here. Somebody with a bunch of broken horses on their team. Oh yeah, let's make fun of Jared and his 9th overall pick that's going to get him 5 points. Yeah. Good luck with that, Michael. Keep chirping there.
I'll just say self-awareness and our chat, see below, self-awareness and our chat, they don't go hand in hand. Leslie's Rose, pretty easy win there today, I think, as well. Papa Dude, on a scale of 1 to 10, how funny would it be if Leslie's Rose does not win this race?
Oh my God, that would be a 10. I was just getting ready to say, though, could Jared have the last laugh when he made the biggest mistake of the fantasy draft? And, if this horse turns out to be superstar, will he then turn around and say, I told you this horse was going to do this? Will he take all the credit in the world?
Yeah.
He didn't know it was a filly.
So, funny story real quick. Our buddy Ryan Stillman, who's also in the fantasy league, partnered with John, he called me after the draft, and we were talking. He goes, here's the thing. Leslie's Rose is going to turn out to be a great horse. He goes, I guarantee it. He said, because that's what happens to him. Even when he messes up, somehow it works out. He's like, he drafted a filly the year he won it. And I was like, yeah, I know. So we'll see what happens here on this one. All right, let's go to the best bets now. Magic, we're going to kick it off with you because we're going to stick with horse racing. Who you got today?
I'm going back to Money Valley, baby. Let's do it. Race 4 at Money Valley, Mahoning Valley. Race 4, number 7, Blue Hour. She's got a 2-race win streak, both times gate to wire. You look at the setup here, she should be lone speed again. It's 5K claimers going 5.5 furlongs at my favorite track that isn't in Maryland. And by the way, the trainer winning at 40% right now at Mahoning Valley. So a great 41% jockey trainer combo with Rivera, who was up last time out, first time for the barn. Yeah, I think to me this feels like a slam dunk. I get why you weren't going to necessarily use this because the price is probably going to be 3 to 5 if you look who else is in this race. Nobody scares you or stands out. But yeah, there we go. Well, Magic and all 12 people in Ohio that have degrees love Mahoning Valley Racetrack. That's correct.
I don't know.
There's more than 12 people in Ohio because they're not shipping all that meth around for a dozen people.
Do you want to hear my overthinking of why I didn't use this horse, Magic?
Because you knew I was going to take it?
No. The horse had won 2 in a row and is a low-level claimer, and they usually don't win 3 in a row.
Oh, yeah, good point.
But she's only been a low-level claimer twice. I
know. I should have taken it. I really like it, and as good as we're doing at Mahoning Valley, talking about you and I. I mean, it's the most likely winner on the Mahoning Valley sheet today. But I don't know. I for this show specifically, I tend to overthink everything, so I think that's probably why I didn't take it. To be completely honest. On that note, let's go to my overthought pick of the day. I went to hockey today, so here's the deal. I like 4 or 5 horses in racing today. They're all going to be 1 to 5. And so I've got exactas where I've played them straight or I've keyed them. And, you can go to the best bets page and buy those and you can find them out. But I just couldn't find one that I thought would be, over even money. So I went with hockey today. I went with the Canucks plus 105 in this spot. And look, I don't think anybody's playing better, other than the Panthers than the Canucks right now. I mean, they are just steamrolling teams. They kind of had a little bit of a dip. And then they came right back out of it, Papa Dude. We talked about them a little bit when they were kind of going down a bit. So tonight they're in Pittsburgh. I'm not a huge fan of this Pittsburgh team as far as I just don't think they're great. I think they're okay, but nothing special. I think Vancouver kind of overwhelms them tonight. And look, if the Canucks were, minus 130 in this game, I wouldn't like it as much. But the Canucks as an underdog against a team they're better than, I think they get it done. So give me Vancouver plus 105 for mine tonight. Papa Dude, let's go to yours.
Well, I love yours. There were 2 hockey teams I loved today. Here's my overthinking. They're due to lose.
Well, I mean,
that was my overthinking. But I'm just like you. I don't know how they're plus money. I don't get that. They may be the best team in the league.
Mm-hmm.
They're really playing well. The other one is Seattle. I don't know if you've been watching, but they won like 8 in a row.
I mean,
And
yeah.
I forget who they're playing. Who are they playing? Islanders or somebody tonight?
Seattle was on my list. I actually bet Seattle. They're playing the Capitals tonight.
Yeah, and the Capitals, that was a game I thought, well, I think Seattle might get it, but I don't, a team that's won 8 in a row like Seattle, I can't keep betting them. I'm just afraid that bubble's going to burst, and it might tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So I stayed away from them. So I ended up going with the game of the night in college basketball. There's not a lot of marquee games tonight. That was last night. Holy cow. There were some games last night. By the way, first time, and I can't remember how long, but 4 of the top 5 teams have lost already this week. And it's crazy. It's this is the way it goes early in the year. In the conference season, they haven't quite got things straightened out yet. And it's nuts. And then number 9 went down last night as well as Oklahoma. Looked awful, I thought, against TCU last night. Well, they couldn't hit the basket. Yeah. And TCU made everything they shot. Mm-hmm. So anyway, so I'm going to go with Illinois tonight. They're playing Michigan State. I'm a little worried about it because Michigan State's one of those teams that can step up and beat you anytime they take the floor. They're extremely well coached. I've seen Illinois play a lot. I think they're very, very talented. I was very impressed the other night. I had them picked against, I believe it was Purdue. Yep. Purdue got way ahead of them. They didn't quit. They came back and almost had a chance to win at Purdue. And I was very impressed with that. So I like them tonight at just -3 to get it. I also just want to point out on your strategy, Aaron, you like those 1 to 5s. Yes, it's better to win $10 than to lose $100. I always have to point that out. Right, Magic?
I mean, yeah, you're always right, Papa dude. Except when you make up team names like New Jersey International Tech or something,
Hey, one other thing. Remember, I took Cal State Northridge the other night, playing the angle that Hawaii. That Hawaii was coming to the mainland to play a good team, even though Hawaii's pretty good. Tonight, I would have taken this as my best bet, but the game doesn't start till 11 o'clock tonight. Cal Irvine goes to the islands to play Hawaii.
Yep.
You go the other angle. When a team from the U.S. goes to the islands to play, you take Hawaii if they're any good. And they are good enough to take them in this game because Cal Irvine is pretty good. So,
what's the line on that one? You have any idea top of your head?
1 point. I can't remember which way.
Okay. So it's just one. It's a pick 'em basically. Yeah. Okay.
If it was the other way around, Irvine would probably be a 7 or 8 point favorite.
I would agree with that. Yeah, for sure.
Hawaii opened +2 and they're now -1.5.
There you go. Well, they've been listening to me.
So the money is pouring in on Hawaii tonight. If you stay up late.
Pour in now, it's going to go to -4.
Cal State Northridge playing great this year, according to Aaron Marshall. I'll take
they are 4.5 or 5 point underdogs tonight. Magic may know a little bit more than I do. Cal Davis, are they that good?
I don't know about Cal Davis.
Okay. But Northridge looked good the other night. Of course, I watched it. That's one I kind of thought about too, but I was afraid to take them 2 days in a row.
Cal Davis is 2-4 at home, and CSUN is 8-0 on the road.
Oh,
I'd roll with CSUN.
Okay, CSUN. Why do they call them that?
Cal State University Northridge. It's CSUN. CSUN.
Okay, that's weird that the U.
I get it. CSUN. Got it.
That's weird that the U is before the N. You know what I mean? Cal State Northridge University is how you would think that would be. That's why I was kind of confused. Okay.
Yeah, you're right. It's dumb. I don't disagree.
All right. Well, I was waiting for you to make fun of me, so I'm glad that didn't happen.
I'm a good friend, Aaron. We've
established that. Yeah, we have established that. All right. Well, let's get out of here because can't take any more of this. All right, we're going to go to the picks today. I'm going to go with the Vancouver Canucks tonight +105. Magic's going to go Mahoning Valley Race 4, number 7, Blue Hour. And then Papa Dude's going to go Illinois -3. He also likes Hawaii just a little bit. That's not his best bet, but he does like Hawaii.
It would have been.
Well, listen, if Illinois loses, I'm going to be really mad if Hawaii wins at you. So, because time shouldn't make the difference.
Yeah, you can get back at me on this one.
Okay. All right. Well,
I agree.
Obviously,
I just thought
0.
you guys would get mad at me.
Okay. Obviously, 0 and 0 for the week. $330 is what we made week 1 of the year. So a good way to start off the year. Let's see if we can get that going. Keep that going this week. All right, we have got Due to Bet Sports coming up in 40 minutes. That'll be show number 1. Magic, tell us what you're doing today.
Santa Anita Park, late pick 5 on Saturday. It's Cal Cup Day, so 5 state-bred stakes, and I believe it's a 9-race card, so 4 of the 5 races are going to be Cal-bred stakes. They have one that's earlier in the day. But yeah, so Chosen Vron, if you remember him, that won the Bing Crosby Stakes at Del Mar last summer, was in the Breeders' Cup Sprint. He's going to be in one of those races. So lots of fun horses, and field size is almost 8 horses per race throughout the day. So lots of good racing, even if there aren't super big names or stakes races.
All right. Yep. I totally agree. Should be a lot of fun this weekend as well. And we'll get to that. Blinkers Off will be my prediction for Blinkers Off today. It will be some point after Due to Bet Sports, but before Magic Mike, or it will be after Magic Mike. One of those two things.
That's a really good prediction.
Stay tuned, and we'll see if anybody can find out when it is and actually tune in live. But if you miss it, which most will, because they don't know when it is, if you do miss it, you can always find it on the YouTube page. No big deal whatsoever. It'll be there for you. All right, guys, we're going to get off of here for today. We'll be back soon. Just keep it on the YouTube channel here. We'll be back talking to you live throughout the day. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Good luck, and we'll see you soon.